W3 stories. Okay. So I think we understood what exactly that, various, aggregation functions we might have it, right? Okay. Like, let's see, some kind of wild cards. So when you want to extract some kind of information, okay, from anything, then we can use this kind of wildcard characters. Okay, so it can help you for use to substitute or one or more characters in a string, or else the wildcard characters are used with the like operator. Okay, so here the like operator used in a where clause actually. Okay, so wherever the condition is satisfied, that it will work on that specific records, right? So here star is a symbol. It will help you for representing, zero or more characters. Okay, a question mark symbol representing the single character. So within the square brackets, if you're representing, group of characters, it can be you can give you a group of characters in between the square brackets. From that one, it can match only one character. Okay, should be within these square brackets, and this symbol indicating that it's not in that particular brackets or not, which is the meaning of not actually. Okay, so this is a minus representing the single character within the specific range. So you can so if you want to creating some kind of range A to B or something like, or 10 to 50, something like this, okay, then we can use this minus character. Hash indicating that representing the any single numerical character. For example, if I'm giving like, 2 hash 5, so in between 2 and 5, you can give you any numerical number. Okay, it should be single character. So this usually in a MS Access, in MX Access using in MX as a database server, we are using this kind of wildcard characters. In case of SQL Server, so we have another type of symbols. We have it. So percentile indicating that. So here star, right? But in case of SQL Server, we are using different wildcard for the same task what we are doing in MS Access. Okay. So percentile symbol and representing the single character. So hyphen, it's a single character. Within the square brackets, we can give you some group of characters. Not we can representing with the cap symbol. Okay. And in case of MXSS, we are using this one, but in case of SQL Server, we are using different one. Okay. And this minus will help you for creating some kind of range. So actually, we are learning SQL Server, right? So that we need to remember this, wildcard characters. Okay, so see, we will have some kind of example like customer name A and percentile symbol. That means if any customer which is starts with A character and ends with any number of characters, okay? So that kind of customers names I wanted, or else the customer records I wanted, and I want to return the, the customer who are ending with A character. Okay, then we can use the percentile and A. And so in between, so the customer name, it should it should have or, and in the middle, so left and right, it's, any number of character. It may be any character. Okay, and hyphen indicating the single character, but second character it should be R. So that situation we can use this kind of a symbol. Okay, so where and column name and like, and followed by the regular expressions. Okay, A through hyphens, right? That means starting with A and ends with must be 2 characters. That means total length of customer name, minimum length of customer name, it should be 3, or it could be more than 3. Okay, and so the 3, it must be a character, but the rest of the 2 it could be anything. But the maximum length, minimum length of the customer name, it was 3, and so it could be any name, any name actually. Okay, but it should be start with A. Okay. And so the customer name, it will be start with A and it will be end with O. So that customer records I want to be accessed, then we can use this kind of regular expressions. Okay. Yep. So we'll have some no example things. I would like to go for accessing the city which is start with the BER and ends with anything. Okay. And so minimum number of characters here, it could be minimum 3. So so if I run this one and if you're executing, see, you can see the city, Berlin, BR with Bergamo, right? So here we have six characters, here we have four characters, here we have seven characters. But first three characters, it could be the BER or not. That specific records only we are accessing with help of this query. Okay, so select start from customer where city like. So customer name like, sorry, column name like, and followed by the your regular expression. That specific records we are accessing. Okay? And you can try with this rest of things. Single and hyphen, it could help you for matching any single character, and it should be ends with ONDON. Okay, so you can copy it and you can run this one. See here, no, you are not mentioned the first character. It could be the L, right? So any character, the first character, it could be anything, but there could be five characters after that. Okay, so that's this way you can able to go for accessing the customers cities who are I mean city. It could be ends with O and D O N. Yeah, you can try rest of the characters. Like, if I'm mentioning in square brackets, within square brackets, you can view anything, okay? So it can exactly matching only single character from this particular group. That is the use of the square bracket. Okay. The first character, it could be start with either B, either it could be starts with S, either it could be starts with P. I think we don't have any kind of results. I mean, which thing is missing. Is it? Okay. Meanwhile, we can try to go with in character in. So in will help you for to check whether the data could be available in the multiple things, multiple group. Okay. So here we have some kind of group of things are there. So for example, you can have some. So you will just go and see this example. So if the country, either it could be Germany, either it could be the France, either it could be the UK. Okay. So if the country which is which is available in this particular group, then the customer records I can return it. Okay. So I'm not giving all condition here. Okay. So here we might have that some multiple. Okay, you might have the multiple countries, right? In that one, I want to be access the who are having the customers country, Germany, France, and UK customers data. I want to be access it. See, Germany, UK, Germany, France, right? So other than this country, you might not see any kind of results over here. Okay, the country it could be Germany, UK, France only. That is the use of the in. So you can apply the not in also. When I'm applying the not in, other than this Germany, other than this France, other than this UK. So if any other country you have it, that specific records I can return it. Like you can see here Mexico, Sweden, Spain, Canada, Argentina, and Mexico, Brazil, right? So which is not in group Germany, France, and UK country. Okay. So now let me check with the between. Between help you, you can give you some kind of data, like, if the data which is between this 10 and 20, okay, either it could be the 15, either it could be the 11, okay, but the range, it could be in between 10 to 50 or 10 to 20, okay. So then we can use that, between, okay. Right. So if the what the product size it was in between 20 to 20, that particular products records I want to be written in. Okay. That particular customers, that particular products information I wanted. Okay. So Chang, and this is the product name. And the price it was 18 and 19, 10, 15.5. So which is not which is not more than 20, which is not less than 10. Okay. That specific records we can return it with help of the between. Okay, so here we have some kind of data. Here we have some kind of data. Is if this is the column or this particular column, it could be the data range. It was in between 10 to 20. That information I can read it. Alias in the sense we can just give the name for either column names, either table names, either you can return some you have some existing column that you can rename in a return statement. For that one, we can use the as command. Now, it's a very important thing. Let's discuss about the joins concepts. Like joins will help you for combining that, combining the rows from two or more tables. Okay. So you might have the multiple tables are there, right? So I just want to be join that multiple tables with help of the join command. And there we have different kind of joins are there. Okay. So let's look at that. This is my order table, order ID, customer ID, and order date. This is my order table. So here we have a three columns. And this is my customer table, customer ID, customer name, contact name, and country. So here we have the customer ID, and here also we have the customer ID, right? Okay. That means here the customer table, customer ID is the primary key. And in case of order table, customer ID is the foreign key. Okay. With help of this foreign key and primary key, you can make it some kind of relation, right? Okay, that you already know that. So this relationship between two table above the customer ID. So here the customer ID is a relationship between these two. Okay. So here I want to be go for join. So we can creating the following statement. For example, there it could be have a inner join. So select the orders and order ID customers from the customer IDs. That means from the order table, so you're returning the order ID. From the customer table, so you're returning the customer name. Okay. And so which order and which customer on which date he order it, that information I wanted. So every column it could be prefix is the table name, then that it directly go for accessing that specific table only, the table column only. Okay. But here order table also having the customer ID and the customer table also customer ID, right? You might be confused, right? So which customer ID I'm gonna access, right? So that every table you can uniquely identifying with the table name, right? So that select orders is my table name, and I'm returning the order ID from the order table. And from the customer table, you're returning the customer name. Order table, you're returning the order date. Okay. So this thing you're from order actually. So what we are doing, you're doing that inner join. So this order, you're joining with customer table. Okay. Order, you're joining with customer table. The basis of customer ID in order table and the customer ID of the customer table. So which customer ID is matching in a customer ID in a order table, that specific records only we are returning it. So here this customer ID and here we have a customer ID, right? Here it is the two and here it is the two, right? So you are returning this order ID and you're returning this customer name and you're returning this order ID. Okay. That that's exactly the meaning of this one. Inner join, which exactly matches that specific records only, which is returning. Okay. So we just see here, we're creating the following sequence that contains in inner join. There's actually orders that have matching the values in the both tables. It should match both tables. Those records only can return it. See, these are the five customers, okay, are matched now both tables, order tables and customer table. And here we have a totally four type of joins concepts are there. The first one is the inner join, and second one is the left outer join, and third one is the right outer join, and next full outer join. So you might have some kind of difference between these four joins. So here we have a table one and table two. So you can exactly returning the from the both tables matched information only we can return it. Okay. And coming to that left join, it can be returning the matched information from the table 2 and the entire information from the table 1. That information it can be written it. If data is not matched in a table 2, it can automatically put the some kind of null values. Okay. Return the all the records from the left table. It's a left join, right? So it is returning the all the records from the left table, and moreover, that match records from the right table. It can be written the some kind of information from the right table, and it has to be match. Okay, and right outer join in the sense it can be written the all the records from the right table, and so from the left table we can returning the matched information only. Right. Most. So coming to that, full outer join. Full outer join in the sense, you might need to be go for whether it is matching or it doesn't match for you. Okay, it can be match entire information from the both tables. Okay, see, let's see some examples for inner join. So here, this is the syntax. Select and what the columns names and along with the tables and table 1 and table 2 with joining with inner join and followed by the second table, it should have the on. And here we have to give you that condition and from the table 1 and column 1 from the table 2 and column name, right? So this way we can, so what the columns are matched, the records, what the records are matched from the both tables, that records we are returning it. Okay. So here we have a customer ID and this is my order table, order ID, customer day, employee ID, order date and shipping ID. Okay. So here we have a customer ID, customer name contains, this is your customer table. Okay. Now here we have some example. I would like to go for returning the order ID from the order table and the customer ID, customer name from the customer table. Okay. And so both the customers has to be matched. I mean, I want to combining the two tables with a inner join. By the time what happens here, so orders and customers, right? So here, this customer ID is the two, and here we have a customer ID. So I can return this order ID and this customer name. That way you can use this inner join. So you just go on to copy. See, these are the matched records from the both tables. There are 196 records are matched from the both tables. Okay. That is for two tables that you're combining the two tables. But when you want to combining the three tables, then what happens? So this following statement select all the records from the customers and shipper information, orders, customers, and shipper information. So you are combining the three tables. So that select order and order ID. From the order table, you are returning the order ID. From the customer table, you are returning the customer name. And from the shipper table, you are returning the shipper name. Okay. So, and this is one information one so you're comparing the orders and customers. Okay, from the results of order and customer, then again you're comparing and you're checking with the shipper. Okay, so that's the reason. So you just see this information. So okay, okay, see, so you're returning the order ID from the order table, customer name from the customer table, and the shipper name from the shipper, right? So how you can joining this all? So these three tables, and it has to be matched the all the records. So whatever the records are matched in all the tables, that information I want to be written it. First, I can check with orders and customers. Okay. So who are matching the information of a customer name and customer ID, all the records I can return it. That is one table now. This entire thing, it can be written as the one table. Okay. The table, it should have the matched information from the orders and customers. And the result of that table, I'm checking with the shipper ID. Okay. So inner join with the shippers. And so here we might have the orders, right? So I want to check that what is the common column is there between the shipper order and customers. Okay. See, this is the shipper ID, right? Here we have matched information, and here we have the customer ID, and here we have the order ID, right? So, but here we have only customer ID. Do you have any kind of a shipper ID here? No. And right. So that means I am taking the order table is the left thing. Okay. So, so this entire thing, left orders, shipper ID, and you're comparing with the shipper ID in a shipper ID, shippers from the shipper ID. Okay. So this way, if I running this one, so it will be written the order ID, customer name, and shipper name. And these three records, these three tables are exactly matching this, um, this all the, this all the three records are having the same information. Okay. It should have some kind of matching information. Coming to the left join in the sense it can be written as the all the records from the left, and it can be written as the right, matched information from the right, right table, right. See here what happens, customer name, and you're returning the customer name and the order ID. Fine. So here you're doing the left outer join, right? Left outer join in the sense I would like to go for return the all the customers' names. I can able to go for return the all the customers' names from the customer table. If already is not now, I mean there is no matched information from the um okay, so it can be returned the all the records from all the customer names from the customer table. Okay. Select customer name, customer already from the customers, right? So you're doing the left join and with your order on customer ID and customer ID in the customers and order ID in the, it has to be matched. And I can order by. So order by in the sense it will be some kind of ascending data. See, here you have this customer name, right? But you don't have any matched order ID for this customer. That means this customer is not ordered anything. Okay. So that you will get the null. Okay. This order ID basically, this order ID you're taking from the order table. So, but for matching information which is not available for the customer ID, so that it was returning the null data. Okay. But this all the customers will be there from the customer table. Same way, right join. If I use the right join, so we can return all the order IDs. If the customer name is not matched, it can be written as like null. Okay. Fortunately, all the customers are matched. So do you have any kind of null data? Is there at order ID? Previously, you have some null data, is there, right, in order ID? When I'm using the right join, it means what are the records are not matched at right table, it can be written as the null. In case of left join, in case of right join, it can be written as the null data at left from the left table if the data is not matched. Outer join, full outer join. Full outer join. When we have the full outer join from the both, it can be written as the both the customer all the customers IDs and all the customer names I can return it. That way you can combine that any two tables or three tables. It's up to you. Okay. So group by, you already know that having will help you. Group by, what it can do, you can creating that, some new table. You're grouping multiple things. As if you have some kind of duplicate thing, then you can make it as a single thing with help of the group by. And group by with all the order by, it should before that if you have order by, and if you have the group by, then make sure that this two, it should be followed to each other. Okay. So here I can able to go for return the hmm, so here having will help you when you want to combining the condition. So usually conditions we can directly use it, but when I'm using like an aggregation functions as a conditions, then aggregation functions I want to use in a condition side, then it won't help you actually. Okay, you will get an error when I'm using the where. Okay, to overcome that one, we can use the having. Okay, so you're going to be count of the customers, and meanwhile you're going to be giving that in a country and from the customer table, and you're grouping the country. So and I want to return that maximum count it should be for each country, and which country is having more than five customers are there. That information I wanted. So simply you're returning the count and the country from the country table, from the customer table, and you're grouping with the country column and having count. This count is aggregation function, right? So this aggregation function, if I'm using it a where clause, you will be getting an error. Okay. So and when I'm having the having, so then make sure that this group and followed by the having, then order. So you have to remember this one, GHO. Group by, then followed by the group, and then followed by the order by. When you want to use these three, so you might be thinking which one should I use first and which one should I use next, right? That situation, we can use first one is a group, and then H having, and then order. So here it can be written that ascending order. So all the countries, all the count it should descending order. Okay, which customers are which country having the more than five customers are there, that all the customers, the count of the customers and the country I'm returning, and moreover, it could be more than the five, and it was in a ascending order, sorry, descending order. So that is the meaning of it. And I'm just trying to tell you guys for everyone, try and execute this everything. So you will get to know that what exactly the SQL and how we can work with the SQL. And so you can try and you can go through WD schools, and these 2 days we can try to spend a lot of time and finish it this SQL tutorial. Okay, clear? So from Monday, I would like to start the statistics class, and so we can try to complete the statistics. Then Python, SQL. If statistics is completed, then I can start the Tableau with the same time. Okay. See you guys. Bye. Take care.